Well, DC, this is different. The Flash was directed by Andy Muschietti and stars Ezra Miller, Michael Keaton, Sasha Calle, and a ton of other surprise cameos and performances. In here, Barry Allen decides he wants to use his ability to time travel to save his mother's life and clear his father of the murder he did not commit. However, this comes with serious repercussions and world-changing events. Just a heads up real quick, this is going to be a spoiler-free review of The Flash. I will spoiler review it for tomorrow, and this is going to be all clear, so I'm just going to give my thoughts without giving away anything that happens or cameos or anything crazy. I have been psyched to see The Flash for a little bit now. I have to admit, and early on I had reservations with the Ezra Miller incident, and the teaser trailer that initially came out didn't impress me, and I just wasn't interested. I didn't have a lot of faith in DC. However, after the official trailer, I got more excited, I got hyped, I got pumped, and I got to see it today, and this movie's actually good. Is it as good as The Dark Knight, like everyone's saying? No. But it is easily one of the best films DC's put out in a long time. It's just a big, fun movie. It has a lot of love, and it wears its pride and its sleeve with a badge of honor for all the DC that came before it, and it's currently running, and it's going to come after it. It really has respect for all those things, but does it in a fun way. This movie really was way more comedic than I thought it was going to be, which worried me at first. I won't lie. At first, the jokes, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. But it did. It actually surprisingly worked. And I have to say something else. I really commend the writers in this movie for getting story first, then cameos and fan service afterwards, rather than it being a fan service movie with a script that comes afterwards. This movie really was intelligent that way. And none of the cameos or the fan service moments felt rushed or thrown in. They all felt in place and they felt just right. And it felt a lot of love and respect, like I said, for DC, including some things that I wasn't expecting. I'm not going to give any of it away, though. I will say Ezra Miller probably gives his best performance as the Flash in here. The Flash is also written way better in here. He's far more mature, and he's a lot more rational. He's a lot more calm and intelligent. He's not as quippy. A large part of that is because of his counterpart, who is his other version of himself, who's extremely annoying. And this drives our Flash crazy and forces both of them to go on a character arc and journey that I found really entertaining. There's some also really funny gags in this movie. There's one where he's with the new version of himself, and the new version of himself first gets his powers, and he goes out in the city for the first time. It's utterly hilarious. There's some really funny jokes when these two first meet, too. There's a laugh that Ezra Miller also has for this character, that for the new version of Barry, that's just really funny. There's a lot that's done right in here. Batfleck is phenomenal. I have to say that. He's killing it in the little bit of time he has. It really made me disappointed. The sequence we had him in made me disappointed. I'll never see a Batfleck movie just about him. But my God, Michael Keaton brought it all. His A game was here. I didn't initially like how they handled him like at first, but when they got into the heart of him just being Batman, it was phenomenal. He was awesome. He was badass. He had some good lines, and he really just sold it. He didn't lose a foot. This is like riding a bicycle for him. He just got right back in that role. I was like, this is Batman. Like, dang, that guy's still kicking ass. And Sasha Calle was kind of a scene stealer for me as Supergirl. I'm disappointed she didn't get more, but she was very satisfying in the movie. She just offered a really good performance, though I think it could have been fleshed out a little bit more. The VFX in here are done by someone that I feel like they did their best. They're called Scamline, and I know other films they've done. But they, in some parts, when the CGI is good, it's good. But when it's bad, it's terrible. But in a way, it's okay. You kind of can get over it, and it looks a little video game-esque, I guess you could say. But overall, it didn't bother me that much, except for a few shots of like Ezra Miller's face when he's being the Flash, and he had to come through like time. Looked a little weird. But it didn't really take away from the movie itself. Flash is a lot of fun for negatives. I think sometimes some of the music choices with pop songs in here didn't always work. I didn't always have a fun time with that. I do like the references to pop culture in here, including movies like Top Gun, Back to the Future. I really like that, and Footloose. But there are also some scenes I felt like were too comedic, or just went a little too far, a little over the top in one way or the direction or another. I also think Dark Flash was just not handled as well as he could have been in the movie. He could have done a lot more. They could have had a lot more for his character and done things. They do it in a unique way, but I don't know. There were some aspects of Flashpoint I wish had been adapted that didn't quite work. And there's some things I wanted to see that I didn't get. But for the most part, I was surprised. I was satisfied. I had a fun time. I definitely recommend you go see The Flash in theaters. It's such a fan-pleasing movie. It's fun. It's what DC fans have been wanting for a while. It's so entertaining. And you need to see a big screen with the sound and things. I'm going to be going back to watch it probably again because I really enjoyed the movie. It's fantastic, has plenty of heart, and this movie packs a lot of emotion in when it has to. Like, there's some very emotional sequences, so the third act in particular is extremely, extremely emotional. I mean, the thing is, there's this opening scene in the first act with this action sequence that's amazing, and the third act has one, and the second act has one. It's just good action throughout. Definitely go see The Flash. I loved it to pieces. It wasn't perfect, but I really had a good time with it, and I totally recommend you to go see it. I'm going to give The Flash an 8 out of 10. So thank you guys always so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you all next time.